Hey everybody, welcome back to IP Farms. Well, it's another day here. I believe it is Thursday, August the 7th, I think it is. Been raining for about the last 3 or 4 days. We had a torrential downpour and storm last Friday. I don't even remember the date now. I think that was August the 1st. Created some damage around here. I'll show you some casualties of battle here. Not going to bring you along for much chainsaw work. I will explain a little bit about what happened. I'll show you a couple of things and give you a little rundown about what the plan is for some future farming this year. I'll just say it's a little update video. So let me get the truck cranked up and headed out the driveway, and I'll bring you back and show you what all happened during last week's storm. Well, the berm's holding up good. Pine needles, believe it or not, I cannot believe they didn't blow away the other night in this storm. About 3 inches of rain in about 45 minutes. It pulled a lot of the paper off the side of the house. Of course, foreman came by and fixed all that for me before we got this last round of rain. Peeled a piece of flashing off the top there, which that was damaged during transport, I think. We've had monumental problems with the water line inspection. First time my fault, I didn't get it low enough, and then when we graded it, it was even more shallow. So I lowered that this weekend thinking everything was going to be good. The way I understand it, it was failed again for water in the ditch. Well, I have astronomical amounts of cameras all over this farm, and I know when anybody is here in any area of the farm, wildlife included. And we'll just say failed twice and seen once. I don't understand that, but we're still investigating that. All the backfilling my cousin did is holding up phenomenal, just like I knew it would. That's why I wanted him to do it. Gutters aren't on the house, so that's creating a little bit of an issue, you know, different places where it's falling off, but put the board there to kind of dissipate some of it. Water's draining around the side here like it's supposed to, going to the front, going to the back. Everything's draining perfect away from the house. That's what I wanted. I went ahead and filled in the septic tank, or the septic line. That passed the first time, but it got all that rain in it and mud, and I've been in the industry long enough, they would have just pushed dry dirt in on top of mud. So I dug all that out about 8 or 10 inches and then put some rock under it, and got it haunched up good. And you see, after about another 3 inches of rain, it held up great. So that's where we are on the house. It took a beating that day. I'll throw a clip up now and show you what the house is going through the rain and wind. I'll take you out here and show you the rest of the damage. Well, we got a Cedar down behind me. I've got a cable van up in the driveway right now, so instead of going out there and showing you the damage, we came down here. I know I've got this cedar tree behind me down, and then looks like I've got a top of another one over there blown out, and I think I've got one out in what's left of my orchard grass field. So we'll go look at that. I'm gonna have to get down here and bush hog at some point and let the grass outgrow some of these weeds. It's became quite weedy down here, but I'll turn you around and show you how much difference it is between where they messed with the dirt with the sewer line versus the other. How bad the soil is, it won't even grow weeds. We're gonna put a finger in the screen a minute, which is normal, but to the right of my hand you can see is the sewer right away where they did all that work, and the dirt is just all full of soil. And then to the left you can see how good the weeds and everything else grow. Decent amount of grass there. The weeds are kind of taking off. I definitely need to get down here and try to clip this. It's so wet right now that it would take a week or two, but we're gonna see what we can do. I'm still hoping to get some hay off of this. I've talked to my customers, but we do have what's left of the orchard grass field up there, which is in a lot better shape, so we can get cuttings off of that if we need to, and I might just leave this for nutrients for the soil instead of taking something off of it, leave it in. Some of the oats are popping back up. You can see them right there in the straw. So they did germinate, not quite as rapid as I would have liked to have seen, but you know, they're growing pretty good right there actually. So it wasn't a total loss. Anyway, another one of these blasted cedar trees. Just can't win. It's got to fall on the fence too, which that's one of the ones they dug around when they did this work, so they made that bad. Oh, and I'm not going to go up there too close. There's a fingering the screen yellow jacket's nest up there around that green pole I found last time when I was bush hogging the oats. It's the first one I've seen this year, so we're not going to get up there too close. I knew I was going to deal with this as the years went by, because I piled all that brush in there around a few of these trees. But these are old, basically these are just old rotten weed trees, as I call them, stuff that started out small that has grown rapid. Well, we got two big ones here. Maybe I can cut it. Let's see. It's like more than three trees maybe. That's a great big one. Wow, I have to go around the other side. Well, I can cut it maybe right here and leave that part in there, and I can grab this with the tractor. 1086 might pull all that around as one and get it down here to the other brush pile. At least get it out of the field. Okay, that's tree number 2 and 3, I guess. This field's a lot better as far as holding out the weeds and some grass growing. I see a lot of oats growing back here, so I don't know. It just depends on how much they want. I mean, I still have all this grass that I normally cut for them anyway, and this strip down through here, so I don't know. I'd like to just leave that and put it back in the soil. I don't know, we'll see how it works out. All right, so you can see the lines on the ground, and if you notice anything different about the drive, no more cedar trees. We took this one down several months ago. I knew I'd have to have it down to bring the house in, and we talked about this one over here about being rotten and what I was going to do with it, and I never did core drill it. I had about decided to take it down. It was just a project that was getting put off, but you can see in that storm 3 big sections of limb fell off, and of course they ripped. Those are the power lines and transformer on the pole. They ripped all that down, and then all this on the ground is just cable. This one wasn't as rotten as the other one, at least this far up. It does have some rot in the middle, but it was getting rotten on up towards the top, so went ahead and cut that. I'll throw a snippet of that here now. And then it kind of worked out because they had it scheduled to come out and replace that pole because it was in bad shape anyway, and upsize the transformer, so it saved them a little bit of work. Another company emergency situation came out and replaced the pole, so now they have to do a switch to transformer, and then of course they'll, like I said before, come off of that new pole and go underground up right through the middle of the dumpster by my house. So kind of worked out, I guess. We've gotten a little bit done here on the corner. That tree with a stump that was up, and the fence post, of course the other cedar we took down a couple of weeks ago. So I've got to finish this line up there, and then probably give you a better view of how much dirt there is to be moved. So I don't know, guys, like I said, it's always something to do. It pulled it off of my shop there, the wire, and I had to hang that back up, and then I had a buddy of mine come by and hook everything back up there in the shop. So that was an ordeal. That was a huge storm. Seems like we've gotten a lot of those here recently with the straight line winds. But anyway, going in the shop, show you one more thing, and we'll call this one good. No work and just a bunch of talking. So please overlook the mess. It does look awful. We tore into the tedder. I started a video on that probably a month and a half ago, and then got wide open with the house stuff and just didn't film anymore. I've yet to figure out exactly what happened. I mean, I know what happened, but I'm not sure what caused it. This gear slides on the shaft, so you can slide it back where it needs to go, and when you put the basket gear back on, it'll work for a minute, and then as it's turning, it just slides that gear right back off. So I've got to see what's going on under here. I found a clip, but I can't really tell where the clip goes, so I've got to pull that shaft off. Matter of fact, there's the, well, it's a washer rather, so I have no idea how that got off of a shaft. If I pulled it that far out and got it slid back in there, that's a miracle. But kind of working on that, and I know I'm going to need it for the hay if I decide to make some, so I don't know. I don't know if I may end up trying to borrow one from somebody, but you know, again, just a bunch of stuff for the house. But farm update, we're gonna try to get a little bit of that done for the year, and then we'll just hit the ground running next year, I guess. Well, we're gonna wrap it up here in the shop. I'm Bible on now. I just want to bring you guys along for a little bit of an update video. Tell you what happened during the storm and where we are and what's going on, and hopefully what the future will hold. I know I've kind of blended the content between the two channels. My plan is to hopefully let the wife take over the Grange on Main channel. We get closer to moving in, document some of the stuff she does with the house, and then I can get back to, you know, doing farm content. Not that I'm gonna be doing a whole lot of farming this year. You know, the hay, I'm gonna make enough to satisfy my good customers. Wanted to make a little bit more with the oat fields this year, but you know, the timing may just not work out. I'm supposed to be out here cutting tree limbs right now, but it's drizzling rain again in the back, so it's always something to do. Minor setbacks, messes with my mind up here with my OCD because I get a plan and it doesn't work out. But I really think that this time next year is going to be a whole different game plan, both with farming and things around here will be in probably as tip-top shape as they can possibly be. So if you're interested in any merchandise, don't forget to check out farmmerchband.com. She still has my stuff. Allison, hats, shirts, decals, koozies, license plates, you name it. I'll put a link in the description. She does work for a lot of amazing channels here. Go there and check them out. Tell them Nelson IP Farm sent you. But we're going to see what happens over the next couple days. I'll bring you guys along for as much as I possibly can. And I really appreciate all the support throughout this year and the crazy direction that we seem to go on here on the farm channel. But until then, thank you.